Monday.
It is Monday.
We've been gone a couple weeks.
It's been fun. Yeah, we had some technical difficulties due to that crazy storm, 2 Mondays ago or 3 Mondays ago now, I think, from the tornadoes hit Knoxville. And I know there was lots of wind damage all the way from Crossville through Knoxville. But yeah, of course, the one spot where it leaks was right on my old laptop, and we lost the show. It took us a couple weeks to get everything put back together.
But we're back now, and it's the 28th, it's the 28th of August.
Yeah.
And you're on the Small Town Network. What's left of it?
Yeah, and that's John Evans.
And I'm John Evans.
And I'm Scott Wills. And we're out of practice. But and Howard is actually at City Hall figuring out what's going on there.
He's taking some interest in the goings and comings and doings of City Hall. And that's really, really interesting.
Yeah.
Be interested to see his take on some things and how they're going.
Yeah, so that's going to be cool. Got some new people to welcome to the neighborhood here.
Yeah, on the corner there at 201 West Rockwood Street, we have the Spotted Frog Cafe, and both of these places hope to be open at the very 1st of September. But forgive them if they don't get exactly there. Now, they're going to have iced tea and ice cream, and with the boba tea, with the little bubbles in it and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, the fancy teas.
A little bit of everything, and so they're working hard to get that spot open. And also at 205, we're going to have, now he's from the Flea World over there at Tractor Supply. He lived there forever, so if you go to Flea World and you used to see him over there, you're going to see Billy Bob's Bargain Bonanza right here in 205 West Rockwood Street downtown, starting hopefully the 1st of September.
Yeah, so welcome some new neighbors, and when they get kicked open, we'll let you know.
Absolutely.
And you'll have to come by and see them. Another cool thing, which you'll have to come see us at events and stuff, but Howard got these in line. These little stickers, and it's hard to show. When we get to your shop, we'll show them again. Here's look at that.
Yeah.
They're great.
And if somebody gets a hold of me, message me or whatever, I might be able to find them.
Yeah, those are great. Howard killed it as usual. So anyway, we'll kick it off. If you just joined us, first of all, thank you to all the groups who have had a little break for a couple weeks from us, but thank you to the groups that share us. If you're a member of a local group or a group around here that you don't see our show in and you want to, hey, either share us the group or share this show in that group. And we greatly appreciate that.
And if you have something coming up you want us to promote for you, let us know for sure.
Yeah, and again, if you want to comment on the show, best thing to do if you're watching it in one of the groups is click on our original post where it says the Small Town Network, and then comment on that part. We'll actually see it that way.
Yeah, we can't guarantee that we see comments on the groups that are shared. You want to be especially careful if we do have a contest or a giveaway, because you want to make sure you're entered when you try.
Yeah, so now that brings us to things to do, brought to you by none other than Evans Financial.
Evans Financial right there on the just off the corner at 103 South Front Street, and we're independent financial advisors, and anything that you're getting in the mail, you get that big old thick envelope, you can't make hide nor hair of what it means, and you don't know the guy that's name says he's your guy, come see a guy you know. Come over to 103 South Front Street, give me a call at 354-1337, and we'll talk about your particular situation and see if we can't make sure not only that you're in the headed in the right direction, but you know what direction that is.
That's right. Where is your microphone right now?
Down there on the right.
So so I will do the first one. Here we go. Into things to do. I was wondering why it sounded funny there, but important day, as John gets re-mic'd up. Today's date in 1963 is when Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his I Have a Dream speech, and John is back with us again.
Yep, out there, and that's one of the most iconic speeches. If you haven't heard it all the way through, you need to go listen to it.
Yeah.
But it seems that we may have strayed from the path that he tried to get us on.
Yeah.
I think it's a noble path, and we need to get back to some of those ideals, I believe.
Yeah, for sure. But a very important day in history back in '63. And then, as always, today you might have missed it because we usually do these shows on Sundays here lately, but this is every Monday, so don't miss it. But hope you all enjoyed Carrie Hassler tonight.
Yep, she's up there in those Central Times, but because they're in Crossville. But Carrie Hassler's going to be there tonight.
Yep.
Is there right now, and looking forward. What was that?
It takes two. Well, let's see. We were on the 20. It's on the next page.
Yeah, it's
down
on
there.
okay.
So, yeah.
No wonder
you
I couldn't
can't
find
cheat, but it's actually coming up later in the show. So you'll see
Okay.
it. Tuesday.
They're going to be bluegrass jamming again over at the Bradbury Country Club from 6 to 10 p.m. $2 gets you in, but not only for $2 can you watch, you can play. So you can take an instrument over there, find a group to jam with and do that, but you can also buy some snacks and food.
Yeah. And contact Marie for more. And then also,
California Dreaming.
yeah, that's on Tuesday as well.
Yeah, it's at Lake Tansy, so these times are central at 6 p.m. at the Lake Tansy Waterside Pavilion.
Yeah, awesome stuff going on every week out there. And then this is cool. I love that they're doing movies out there.
Yep.
And great movie, too.
Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit. Tom loves the soundtrack of that. He made him a Jerry Reed fan. He
Oh,
listens to a lot of
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Costs you $10 to get in. They do have concessions, and that's a good old retro movie there.
Yeah, and you got to watch this one this week because next week is Smokey and the Bandit 2.
Yep.
So that way
You'll be totally lost. You come in on Smokey the Bandit.
Exactly.
2.
Yeah. But the cookie truck's
It's
coming.
going to be in Kingston.
Yep.
From 11 a.m. to 2.
Yep, get there early because they will run out. They usually do every week. And hey, we got the Food Truck Wednesday. Who's going to be there?
It's the Crave, and they got those loaded nachos. And
Yeah, so good.
I could eat double portions.
Neither one of us is eating, so all the food ones
We're all hungry.
they're going to be tough. Yeah. But the Crave will be here.
Yeah, 11 a.m. to 2.
Yeah, another interesting date in history, way back.
Way back in 1146 on this date, European leaders got together and said, what can we do to end war forever? And I said, let's get rid of the crossbow. Man,
Yeah.
that really worked out for them, didn't it?
Yeah,
don't think
and it might have for a while, but
don't know.
so what would you say today's equivalent would be?
Oh,
That'd be hard. Drones?
I mean, just
Because there's so much stuff now. That's hard to.
it would be hard to say, but I mean, if you're talking about the frontline infantry carried weapons, that was probably not even that. That was more of a specialized guy. So they would be
Snipers?
or your
M16s?
light machine gun people.
Yeah. There's so much stuff now.
Yeah.
It'd be hard. You have to take away more than one. But definitely an interesting day in history. And then if you want your farmer's market.
Yep. In Oak Ridge, it's 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the 30th at the Preserve.
Yeah, go check it out. This one, ignore the time on the graphic. The graphic is wrong on the time. It's actually 6 p.m.
You'll be 30 minutes late if you go by the graphic.
That's right.
But we found out we may have been telling you that this is going on in the summer and it wasn't.
No.
But it's going on now.
That's right.
And on the 30th, it starts again. That's Wednesday. They got kindergarten through 8th grade crafts, games, tours, story time, and music and worship.
Yeah, everybody's welcome.
Yep.
So go check them out. And we appreciate them. They watch the show religiously.
Yes, they do.
See where I did
Yeah, I
there?
know.
Yeah. And then Lake Tansy, as always.
Yeah, they get their farmers market up in Crossville on
Central.
Thursday.
Yep.
Central time, 9 a.m. to 11, and it's no charge to set up, but you do have to reserve a spot.
Yeah.
So if you want to sell some tomatoes or taters or cantaloupe or something,
Maters or taters?
tomatoes or taters.
Yeah. Another significant date in history.
Yeah, Princess Diana
Yeah.
dies in a car crash, and there's a lot of speculation around
Yeah.
that. But yeah, tragedy.
Yeah, horrible thing. But it's kind of crazy. But yeah.
Yep.
And then, also on the same day, many years later,
It's just kind of crazy too.
Yeah.
Carnivorous plants.
watch out they bite.
They do. I mean, and I was reading something about them, like a pitcher plant. You could take a piece of steak in there and it'll be gone in a few days.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I love those kind of plants.
Yeah.
The Venus flytrap and all
Yeah.
that. That's the only one I can think of actually. So I don't,
There's a number of them. There's one that actually has, the leaves have little sticky tentacles on it, and they just get stuck in there, and then it wraps them up.
oh yeah,
They're just,
see,
yep.
yeah. So go check out your carnivorous plants, and they got some more stuff coming up later.
Yeah, you're gonna learn everything is to know about that woods by the time you're done with that series. But on September 1st, World War II starts when Germany invades Poland, and it says they attacked the free city of Danzig, and we were speculating, wonder if that's where Glenn Danzig's from
Yeah,
the Misfits and
Yeah.
the band Danzig. But so if you're listening, Glenn, let us know. But I kind of doubt we'll hear that. But we do have we got the black and gold.
yeah, we're really early for Halloween, but yeah, but it's cool. It's
That was kind of my tie-in.
It's different, and it's a lot better than the floodwaters
Misfits, yeah.
that we had here. So that's an improvement. But yeah, that whole date though, that reminds me of this whole invasion of Ukraine thing,
Yeah.
and it's like if you don't realize how on the edge of a bigger thing we are, we're
And speaking of that, I think that the country as a whole and its people are stuck in the middle of what we want and what Russia wants and what Europe wants and what their government wants or what they can get people to do for. And I think the only people that are left out in the cold are the citizens in the Ukraine, and they're the ones getting damaged. They're the ones that nobody's thinking about when they're saying, hey, let's not negotiate, let's keep fighting.
Yeah.
I agree with one of our other politicians that's getting a little persecuted now. He said he don't want to see anybody else killed, and I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. And speaking of Ukrainians, we didn't have a show, so I didn't get to do it. But Alexander, who we've talked to numerous times, he's been on our Ukraine special, all that stuff. It was his birthday yesterday, probably day before Ukraine time now, because it's already like almost tomorrow in Ukraine.
Yeah.
But so happy late birthday to Alexander, and again, our prayers go out to all of our friends. That reminds me to hit the button over here. There's their music. I forgot. But that's our Ukrainian folk band, Uzori, and they're fighting for their freedom over there every day. So our thoughts and prayers, and happy birthday, Alexander. And hey, they're cutting horses again.
Yep, the Tennessee Cutting Horse Association out there at Rome State, and they're using both arenas inside and out, and it's free to go watch. So give Frank Casey a call. They're at 731-514-0701.
Yep.
And they'll tell you about it. But man, cutting horses are amazing. They're the linebackers of the horse world.
Yeah, amazing animals. Go check that out. And then also on Friday,
Live music at the Grove, and this Friday they have line dance with the Garrisons, and that's 6 p.m. Central.
yeah, go check it out. Here's a neat one we were talking about. Grand opening coming this
We
weekend.
had to do a little research looking at that Google Maps there, and apparently this is where the South End Trading Post used to be.
Yeah, down
And
there towards Sisters Market.
And it looks like I noticed they were cleaning up their stuff out front, and so apparently they were cleaning up their stuff because there's going to be a new business in there.
Yeah.
So the grand opening of the Rockwood Flea Market. So get out there and give them a chance there on the first.
Yeah, go check it out. Another significant day in history.
Japanese Surrender Day, VJ Day, and that was aboard the USS Missouri, and there is General MacArthur ready to accept the surrender of the Japanese forces.
Yeah, which marked the end of World War II. Then Long Island Marina's got a long weekend coming
Yeah,
up.
because we're coming up on Labor Day weekend,
Yes.
and Saturday they got Waffly Good.
And those are awfully good people.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. You said their food was just wicked.
Got to see them at the Balloon Festival in Townsend last weekend, and their food was amazing. Like, I had the chicken and waffles, and they have desserts. And all of it was just out of this world. And couldn't be nicer folks. So yeah, go see Waffly Good on Saturday.
Sunday they had Potato Chef, and
Yeah.
Monday Juan's Tacos.
Yeah, go check them out for the long weekend, and then the farmers market.
They're in Cumberland County at the community complex at 6:30 a.m. Central Time.
Yep.
At
1398.
1398 Livingston Road. I don't
We're
read.
hungry. And then also on Saturday,
And Kingston Lakeside Farmers Market, as always, on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
yeah, and then here's a big one.
Rocking the Ramp down there from 3 p.m. till dark, and that's on the 2nd,
Yep.
which is, 2nd is Sunday,
Yep, the second is Saturday.
Saturday. And so they got food trucks, vendors, live music, kids zone, got a bunch of stuff. Call Becky Ruppy
Yeah.
if you want information on that.
Yeah, if you want to be a sponsor, I bet if you hurry, you can probably still get in there, but call Becky very quickly. And again, there's a look at all their sponsors, but going to be a great time out there. So go on out and check it out. Lots going on at that new ramp over there. So check it out.
And I've driven past there, the new campground and stuff. There's people actually out there using that campground. I think I
Really?
saw
Already?
campers, yeah.
Wow. And we end up with another important day in history.
On the 3rd of September in 1783, it took that long, but we signed the Treaty of Paris, which formally ended the American Revolution, and we became formally and recognized by Great Britain as the United States of America.
Yeah, so again, that wraps up our things to do, and that's things to do this upcoming week. Later on in the program, we'll have things to do the following week, which is in our other interests. Believe it or not, school's back in, so school news is brought to you by the Crazy Heifer. Go out and check them out. 117 South Front Street here in Rockwood.
They got new and gently used clothing and
Yeah.
at a really good bargain price. And if you're starting out school and you want some clothes that nobody's seen you in, get out there and get you a bargain. And they get good stuff, and especially kids stuff.
Yeah, check it out. And there's their hours, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Friday, every other Saturday, and then through the week it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. But yeah, go check them out. And can't believe it's already school time, but here it is. If you're making important dates and writing them down, there's your first semester important dates, which obviously Labor Day is the first significant day. But hey, fall
fast
break is already
approaching
right
fall break,
around the
yeah.
corner. It's crazy. So I guess it's good we got the Halloween decorations up.
Yep.
In case you're planning your spring break or second semester stuff, there's those dates. And again, if you need copies of any of this, just shoot us a shout out. And here's this week's games.
Yeah, today we had golf, Oliver Springs here at 4:30, and on the 29th we got soccer away at Loudon.
Yeah, 7 p.m. and then the rest of the
On
weekend.
the 31st we got soccer here against Upperman at 7:15 p.m. and
Football Friday.
Football Friday we got Midway home at 7:30.
Yeah, and there's the entire Rockwood Rams football and cheer schedule. And hey, we'll be talking to him, I think, next week. We talked to Mrs. Clements' journalism class, talked to Miss Clements this week, and we're expecting our first Rockwood High School reporter coming up in the next episode. But don't forget, they're still doing, and I saw they were setting up, if you go to their Facebook page, you can see, but the Tiger Talk podcast on Spotify. Go check that out. But Mrs. Clements' class will be making their appearance again soon. So excited for that.
Speaking of sports and Rockwood football, soon we got our hands on stuff that had been given
yeah.
to Dad.
Yeah.
My father, because he did, a lot of the sports stuff and the physicals and everything. But I have 3 or 4 old football jerseys, and we're going to bring them in. And it's going to be a little bit of homework to see, what style was from what year. Because the colors have changed and the styles of jerseys have changed. And the particular numbers that these jerseys have, we'll see if we can't figure out who wore that jersey in the game that year and get those jerseys back to them, because they need them. If we don't find the home of the person that they belong to, they'll end up in the museum probably. But I'd rather see the person that have them be able to pass that on to their grandson or something and say, hey, your granddaddy wore this.
Yeah, and that's exciting anyway. I'm curious to see some of the stories and stuff that comes out of that. But
We found one old one that was one of mine. Can't believe I used to play ball with pads on under that thing. I can't get it on now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, we do have a tendency to grow. But hey, heading into weather, obviously the worst of it is kind of today, but a little bit tomorrow. But we're heading into weather brought to you by Shape Up.
Shape Up, great little gym over there in what we call the Shape Up Plaza with Tractor Supply and Flea World and Big Lots.
Bushel and the Peck is over there.
Bushel and the Peck's over there now. But so they're filling up. Hey, and the new Winstead's restaurant, I'm told, is opening this week.
Oh, yeah.
And
if Goodfellas was, right?
If they're as good as they are down in Spring City, that's going to be something that you're going to want to know about. But get over there. If you eat at Winstead's and you get kind of chubby, get over there and work it off there at Shape Up. Is a great little place. They got aerobics, they got free weights, they got walking track, all kind of good stuff. And if you are an older person and you've got a Medicare or Medicare supplement or Advantage plan, there's a good chance your plan will pay your premiums or your dues. So talk to Ken and Mary and get over there and get in shape for free.
Yeah, and gotta thank WVLT Channel 8 and especially the First Alert Weather team. Don't forget to download both of their apps. They got a news app and the weather app. But hey, got a special little video. My buddy Ben Caffey, multiple Emmy award-winning meteorologist Ben Caffey, good buddy of mine. He sent in another video kind of telling us about what we're looking at for the upcoming week. So let's check that out.
We are absolutely baking in this heat. After one of the hottest days in the past couple of years, 759 days to be specific, we've got a pretty toasty weekend. Then things really cooled down. We're talking sharply cooler than it has been and a little cooler than average. That means lows near 60, and in parts of Rowan County, it could be in the middle 50s depending on how high up you live. Highs in the upper 70s to low 80s. One wrinkle for this upcoming week is a tropical system still off the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico. It's going to go up north, glance off Florida, and then come up into part of the southeast. If it can bring us more cloud cover Wednesday and Thursday, could be a little bit cooler. If not, still absolutely beautiful weather. Right now, it seems pretty unlikely it'll bring us much in the way of rain, but of course, we'll be watching it from the First Alert Weather Center. Hey, I'm meteorologist Ben Caffey, hoping you guys have a great week.
Yeah. So I got to thank Mr. Ben for sending that in.
Thank you, Ben.
And good information to know. And again, don't forget to go and download the apps, especially the First Alert Weather app. That'll warn you when there's bad weather coming. But here's the 8-day forecast. As he was saying, a little bit more rain coming through tomorrow and a tiny chance on Wednesday, but the temperatures drop like he was saying. We're in the 80s and cool nights finally. But it creeps up at the end of the week as
Looks
always.
like Friday is a great football afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful that day.
And Saturday for college ball.
And rocking the ramps as well this weekend. So
ramp.
beautiful weather for all those events. Again, don't forget to download the First Alert Weather app and the news app, WVLT Channel 8, and the First Alert Weather crew. So again, got to thank them for that information. Go check out that on the web. And hey, I've even got, I'll put it on here for funsies, but there's the current weather. And as you can see, it's still kind of nasty. Bowling Green's good.
Yep.
But it's kind of still a little bit nasty here. It's just hanging out. But yeah, so thanks again to WVLT for all that information. That heads us into other interests brought to you by Country Tonight Theater. And don't forget to check out their regular show and the Celebrity Concert Series. So coming up next is Always Loretta. That's the tribute to Loretta Lynn. And that was supposed to have my good buddy Mike Caldwell, who was the harmonica player there, who tragically died this past winter. And he was supposed to be in that Always Loretta show, and he would have been there at Country Tonight, so still our prayers go to his family. But hey, go check out a great show, really one of the best shows in town. Check them out, countrytonightpf.com, and there's our amazing graphic. There's our groove. Oh yeah. Other interest stuff going on, not this week, but the following week. Lake Tansy continues as always, and I think in September 5th is Country Gold.
Country Gold.
Yeah, and then our Obed River outdoor classroom.
It's a wildflower walk from 10
Yeah.
a.m. to 2 or 12 rather.
Yeah, check that out. And then also Cumberland Voices, which is at the Crossville Amphitheater.
And that's just free. Just walk up there and watch it.
Yeah, it's very cool, featuring Wyatt Ellis and the Humanaries, I guess.
Humanaires? Yeah.
Yeah. Storyteller Wendell Wilson and more. So check that out. Here's a cool one. The deadline is September 11th. That's why I put it in here so early, but this is for the whole month of October. The city of Harriman is choosing scarecrows for the scarecrow contest, and then those 25 winners will be displayed all through downtown Harriman the entire month of October.
And I think they have to be actual scarecrows. If you happen to look like a scarecrow,
Don't count.
you can't enter.
So Billy writes out. Oh wow, Billy!
He said that.
I used his picture right there. But yeah, cool thing. So check it out. Gosh, we went all around looking at Halloween stuff and like went to that at-home store and all that stuff. They had these monstrous inflatables that are like they're tall as this building. Like incredible stuff you can buy these days. It's incredible. But yeah, so get your scarecrow made and get that submitted by the 11th. And here's birthdays for this week, brought to you by Six Little Teacups out in Chattanooga. Don't forget to go get your custom-made cakes, sweets, you name it, cookies, you name it, weddings, anything, business parties. They do it all. You can even have a little princess tea party. So contact them, 423-702-2253. And Monday's birthday.
Yep, Shania Twain, and that's the only thing we had.
Yeah.
Another Canadian, Diane. I wonder if she knows her.
She could.
Yeah, because they're Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if not, call Diane.
Yeah. Tell Diane happy birthday for Shania Twain.
Tell her, yeah, man, I feel like a woman.
Yeah.
And even if you're not a woman, just tell her that anyway.
Well, you can do that these days, apparently.
Right. It depends what you identify. Yeah. I identify as a skinny, well-built man. Tuesday's birthdays.
Ingrid Bergman, Richard Attenborough, and Marty Miles.
And then Wednesday.
Mary Shelley of Frankenstein fame. She wrote
right.
that. Ted Williams, great baseball player.
Yep.
Angela Duncan Cox, Jerry Meadows.
And then my wife's granny, Ava Pelfrey, and Mr. David Toombs. And then Thursday.
Scott didn't know who this was, and maybe I'm a little depraved for knowing, but Caligula. I mean, just...
I hear you can take something if you get Caligula.
don't know, man. Whatever
Or it sounds like
it
one
took to cure the Romans, and Caligula was a death or two, I think. But and Richard Gere and Mark Lemons, Senator Vineyard Wolf, and
Lindsey Jones and Greg Phillips. And then Friday birthday.
a great boxer, one of the
Rocky.
greatest of all time, Rocky Marciano, and Gloria Estefan. And if you don't know, she told you the rhythm is going to get you.
Yep, just ask her.
Leanne Gaddis, Cynthia Plemons, Will Worthington.
Yeah, and then Cash Garrett, good friend of mine. And then Saturday.
Got the great Keanu Reeves. I don't know if anybody has got anything bad to say about that dude. Selma Hayek,
He's been in more movies than,
know.
I mean, gosh.
James Gunner. There was one thing, he was on a plane, I heard this story. He was on a flight that landed, didn't land in LA, landed about 2 hours away for some reason. And he chartered 2 buses and took everybody to LA, to the airport where they're supposed to go, paid for it. And even halfway through, he had them stop, he fed them, and he got off the one bus and got on the other so he could talk to everybody.
I'll be dang.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, hell of a nice guy.
So happy birthday.
Yep. James Gunner, Sasha Kilby, Bud Strader, Timothy Martin.
Yeah, and then if I hit the button, Sunday's birthday.
Go from good guys to bad guys. You got Whitey Bulger, used to run the Irish mob there in Boston, and Charlie Sheen. That includes Tom Bowman and Ben Tedder.
Yeah, so again, wraps up the birthdays. And if you've got a birthday or a special event, fundraiser, any of that stuff, John will tell you how to get a hold of us.
Yeah, you can email us there at smalltownnetworklive@gmail.com, but the best, easiest, quickest way of doing that is just message us on Facebook directly to the Small Town Network.
Yeah, do that. And again, don't forget money back guarantee.
If you don't like the show or think we did anything wrong,
you get your money back.
but
Howard's paying.
Yep.
Because he's not here today. He's at the council meeting. He's paying for it.
Yep.
Again, if you want a sticker, stop by Evans Financial or come by the studio.
I've got a few here at the office.
Shoot us a
and
message, we'll get 'em. But man,
Yeah.
Howard killed it. Those are so cool. I'm
They
gonna
are.
put that on my cars.
I'm gonna put one on the old Jeep, but I don't know if that'll be a good advertisement for us or not.
Yeah, it's totally good. Any Jeep is a good Jeep. All three of us have Jeeps. How funny. Shout out to Uzuri. Happy birthday, Alexander. And wish you guys peace out there in Ukraine. But yeah, another week in the books for here at Small Town Network. Rockwood High School will have a report next week.
Yep.
So have a great week from everybody here. I'm Scott Wilk.
I'm John Evans, and Howard will be right here.
Yeah, that's where he would be. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week. Don't forget to like and share. Check us out on Facebook and on YouTube.
On YouTube, yes.
Yeah, have a good week.